Welcome back to our channel. You may be wondering why the sunglasses inside. Partly because of the sun. We have a case. It's very important, sent to us directly from the head of directors, and they said we were the only ones who could solve this case. That was their words, not mine.
Yes. It seems as though something needs to be solved.
This is the real deal. Let's get to work. We're not playing around. Authorized personnel only. Well, that would be us.
Would it be?
Our victim's name is Danny R. Love. Danny R. Love.
She is our love.
She's our love because we're going to pour our heart and soul and mind into this case. We are in Las Vegas. Danny R. Love's bachelorette weekend was meant to be a joyous celebration, but it ended in tragedy. Anonymously delivered photos of infidelity and an apparent suicide turned a milestone event to a dead end. Rick Hayes, Danny's disgraced fiance, is desperate to clear his name and uncover the truth behind her untimely death. But he can't do it alone. Can we help Rick prove his innocence? Okay, can I read? And reveal what really happened to Danny. So I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb here, and it was Rick.
Well,
That's my first guess.
this would be Rick's note. Dear Detective, my name is Rick Hayes, and I desperately need your help. My fiancé, Danny Love, died in 2021 during our bachelor and bachelorette party weekend in Las Vegas. A misleading photo of me led to her death being dismissed as a suicide, and everyone blamed me. Danny would never have killed herself. She wouldn't.
This lighting is crazy.
I've been hounding the police for the case file ever since, but they refused to release it to me. Until just now. It's obvious why. There's barely anything here. They wrote her death off as a suicide without doing any real investigation. Of course, I can't find anything here to reopen the case, so I need help. I included photos from my digital camera on the day she died, as well as some taken by Danny's best friend, Rick. Please, Detective, you're my last hope. I have no one left to turn to, and Danny deserves justice. Help me find something suspicious the police overlooked, so we can reopen the case and find out what really happened on a horrible night in Las Vegas. Don't you worry. Desperately, Dr. Rick Hayes.
Doctor!
Family dentist.
Doctor!
Doctor.
At Bright Smiles Dental Clinic. Doxed. He was doxed.
Doctor.
3219 Ocean View Road, San Diego, California. First things first, okay? We need to prove the suicide was suspicious. We need to prove it. If we can't prove that, well, then Dr. Rick Hayes is going to jail, okay?
Well, no, they wrote off as a suicide.
I will send him to jail myself.
Okay.
We are very high up there. We can do it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you, we can do it.
Yeah, me, Detective, and Mr. What's his name over here?
This is Detective Juicy J, okay? Don't get it twisted.
You've heard it.
You've heard it, and you'll hear it again. All right, let's look at this evidence.
Let's see.
First, we have his note. Already suspicious. Already suspicious. Ooh. Can we put these on YouTube?
An invitation to their bachelorette party that says, it's got a picture of her, and then it says, you're invited to Danny Love's last fling. April 3rd to 4th, 2021. Check out on Monday, April 5th. Vegas Palms Oasis Hotel. Blah, 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 blah. Get ready for a weekend of wild adventures and unforgettable moments. What happens in Vegas definitely won't stay in Vegas. Let's give Danny the most unforgettable send-off. See you there. She sure seemed excited. Now look at her. Then it looks as though we have witness statement forms. First, we have a newspaper clipping.
Let's hear it.
Bachelorette weekend turns deadly as bride-to-be leaps from balcony. Leaped! That's what it says. Wow, this is a lot. So much. The Las Vegas investigators determined a 4-story fall was a suicide after fiance's infidelity revealed. A weekend meant to celebrate love and unity turned into tragedy as Danny Love, a pediatric nurse from San Diego, leapt to her death from a hotel balcony in Las Vegas. The incident occurred at the prestigious Vegas Palms Oasis. Wow. The joyful occasion was soured when it emerged that the groom, Dr. Rick Hayes, has been caught in a compromising situation at his bachelor party, which was taking place in a separate part of the same hotel. According to authorities, Rick had become intimate with another woman, and a photograph of the encounter was secretly taken and anonymously slept under Danny's hotel room door. Further, Danny revealed her profound distress upon discovering Rick's infidelity. She was visibly heartbroken, struggling with the emotional turmoil of Rick's betrayal in the moments leading up to the tragedy.
So he cheated on her.
Obviously
Oh,
heartbroken.
he's going to jail.
In a moment of isolated anguish, Danny faced the unbearable pain of her circumstances and made an irreversible decision. The community is in shock, grieving for Danny, who was so young and had so much life ahead of her. Brooke Rockwell, one of Danny's best friends and a bridesmaid, expressed her sorrow. It wasn't supposed to be this way. Rick was such a handsome guy, and they... Brooke? And they were so happy together. I couldn't believe he cheated on her. I've never seen Danny that upset before. Another friend and bridesmaid, Heather Gallo, expressed her anger over Rick's infidelity. He's a scumbag, and so is the trashy homewrecker who made out with him. Danny's dead, and it's all his fault. Everything was so perfect for Danny until today. She should still be alive. Our reporters have reached out to the Vegas Palms Oasis for a statement. Manager Harrison Cavill expressed remorse for the tragedy, but refused further comment, stating he was too busy aiding investigators to speak with reporters. We know tragic loss like this can bring up pain in others. If you or someone you know is struggling with suicidal thoughts, help is always available. Call or text the Suicide and Life Crisis Lifeline at 988 to speak with someone who can help.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Right here, I have the suicide investigation reports. Key facts of the incident. Number 1, victim was found on the ground below her balcony. Point of impact, skull. Number 2, all bodily injuries were 100% consistent with the fall from that height. Number 3, victim had just received a photo of her fiance cheating on her at the hotel. Number 4, victim was inebriated, distraught, and had been left alone in the room. The notes. Victim died nearly instantly from a fatal cranial fracture. The mobile CSI lab detected ethanol levels indicating approximately 3 to 4 glasses of wine consumed before death. No other drugs or toxic substances detected. The alcohol level would have contributed to impaired judgment at the time of the incident. She had severe skull fractures, crushed shoulder joint, shattered right hip joint, and multiple fractures in the right ankle. Was the suicide suspicious? Number 1, accident. Balcony railing too high for accidental fall? No. Number 2, injuries. No bodily injuries explained by the fall. Number 3, enemies? No. No known enemies or recent confrontations. Number 4, struggle. No. No evidence of a fight occurring in the room. Number 5, intrusion. No. No sign anyone entered or exited the room. Number 6, robbery. No. Nothing was stolen from victim or room. Number 7, alcohol. Yes. Victim was drinking wine. Number 8, motive. Yes. Victim received photo of her fiance cheating. Number 9, intent. Yes. Victim asked friends, how can I live without him? Number 10, isolation. Yes. Victim's friend left her alone in the room.
Now, if I might,
Interesting. Very interesting.
if I were at my bachelorette party, having had a few glasses of wine, and I just found out my fiance cheated on me, I think the first thought I would have is to go confront him.
Kill him.
Maybe find the woman he was cheating with.
Killed them both.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here are some witness statement forms. This one is from a Brooke Lynn Rockwell.
Her best friend.
Best friend from nursing school. Time known, 5 years. This was at 11:23 p.m. When did she die? Time of death, 9:29. We must remember that. Okay. It says, describe the events leading up to the death of deceased. This is what Brooke had to say. Danny and I have been best friends since nursing school. We were practically sisters. This weekend was supposed to be amazing, other than the fact that not everyone invited could show up. But honestly, a small group is better in my opinion. Heather knows the Vegas nightlife world and was able to score a deal on the hotel room for the weekend. We had everything planned. Spa time, a night out, maybe some gambling, but mostly just relaxing and having fun together. I got here on the same time as Danny, Rick, and the guys. Danny and I hit the spa and they went to the pool where Rick apparently lost his mind and cheated. We were laughing and getting ready for the night in the room when someone slipped a piece of paper under our door. I feel stupid now, but I thought it was a personalized note from the hotel at first, so I snapped a photo of it. Heather picked it up, made a face, and passed it right to Danny. Danny was devastated when she saw. She kept saying, how can I live without him? But I didn't think she meant it like that. She tried calling Rick while Heather and I went to the front desk to figure out who left the photo. The manager was not helpful. He said any guest could have seen your room number on the lobby sign and printed a photo in the business center. He told us the security cameras went down earlier that day, so there was no way to track it. Heather was furious and dragged me along to find the woman Rick kissed. She remembered seeing her near the pool when she was looking for us at the spa. We found her near the fountain with some guy, and Heather got right in her face. The girl was acting clueless, so Heather shoved her into the fountain and grabbed my phone to take a revenge picture for Danny. Not that Danny will ever see it now. I'd never met Heather before this trip, but I wouldn't cross her. She's feisty. Is Heather the one who said in that thing about him being attractive?
No, that was Brooke. So this is from Heather. They have been friends since 8th grade for 10 years.
Okay.
This was 11:26.
Okay.
I've known Danny since middle school. Back in California, but we hadn't been close in a while. Life has a way of pulling people apart, and Danny was always caught up in her big plans. When she reached out to me about hotel recommendations for her bachelorette weekend, I figured it was the perfect chance to make things right between us. Everything was going according to plan. I met up with Danny and Brooke at the hotel spa after I got out of work. After our spa time, we headed to the room to get ready for a night out. Just as we were finishing our makeup, someone slipped a note on the door. I picked it up, saw Rick kissing some other girl, and knew I had to show Danny. She was acting really erratic, but she had just found out her love was a total sham, so it makes sense. I wish Rick had been honest about losing interest instead of devastating her like this. Now she's gone forever because of another selfish man. Brooke insisted we go talk to the hotel manager, even though Danny was in such a state. He was completely useless, which wasn't surprising. Brooke was ready to give up, but I wasn't, so I dragged her to find the homewrecker who ruined Danny's life. I remember seeing her earlier near the pool when I got to the hotel and was determined to get some kind of revenge. We found her by the fountain, but she denied everything. So I just got so fed up that I shoved her in. She deserved it. I took a picture of her. Maybe we can press charges? Right after that, we heard a scream from the housekeeper, and everything that followed was horrible. I just want to get home to my boo and cry about it all.
Okay. Rick. Ooh, what do we have to say about Rick?
What did Rick have to say?
Here, let's keep these over here. I don't know what happened. Someone framed me. I didn't cheat on Danny, and Danny wouldn't kill herself. She loved me more than anyone I've ever met. It's getting an obsession. Did he make a wish? He made a wish, didn't he?
She loved me more. Not that I loved her more.
Bear, we know this is you. We got to the hotel just before 4 p.m. The bellhop took our bags, and the guys and I went straight to the pool while Brooke and Danny left for the spa. I waved goodbye to Danny, and we went off to enjoy our separate parts of the weekend. After our first round of drinks, the guys went back to the bar and left me alone by the pool. I was just dipping my feet and thinking about how much I loved Danny when some girl snuck up behind me. She put her hands over my eyes from behind and whispered in my ear with a deep, sexy voice, "Close your eyes and give your fiancé a kiss." I thought it was just Danny being silly, so I closed my eyes and put my arms around her. She kissed me, and I kissed back because I thought it was Danny. Likely story. But as soon as I opened my eyes, I realized it wasn't. It was some other woman. She looked as shocked as I felt and ran off before the guys came back. I was so embarrassed I didn't tell anyone. I tried to forget about it until now. Obviously, I didn't think anyone took a picture. Danny tried to call me, but I missed her calls. The guys and I had a lot to drink, and I wasn't checking my phone. But I know one thing for sure. Danny didn't kill herself. Even if she believed I had cheated, she wouldn't do that. That's just not who she was. This whole situation is too suspicious. Please, you have to investigate this further. Call me a sleazebag or whatever, but don't rule this a suicide. Something else happened to Danny.
I agree with him on one thing.
Okay. So on the back of each of these photos, there's a little thing. So this is the first photo. I'm not going to fully show it because it is Danny's body. This one was taken at 10:17 p.m. 10:20, it says Danny's phone, and if you look closely, she's calling Rick, or at least trying to call Rick.
Which he just said he didn't answer her phone call.
Victim's phone was found near her near her hand on the ground. Reasonable to assume the phone was in her hand when she fell. The screen is frozen on her last attempted contact, which is Rick. Okay, next photo, 10:22, balcony from the ground. It is 3 stories up. View of the victim's balcony from the ground. 2 heart-shaped balloons are tethered to the balcony the victim jumped from. Balcony spacing makes it highly unlikely for an intruder to access her room from the exterior. Okay. Hotel manager, 10:26. He posing. Hotel manager Harrison Cavell confirmed room 415 was booked for Danny Love and Brooke Rockwell for 2 nights. He confirmed all rooms next to and below 415 were vacant and unbooked at the time. Also confirmed that only 1 hotel key card was created for the room, issued to Danny Love.
Oh, this must have been the picture that was slipped under his door.
Boy, I know you lying. I know you lying. He's got a tattoo of Danny's name on his back. Oh, he's making me peeved.
I know he's lying.
This is Cavell opened the victim's door with the hotel master's keycard. Door had been securely locked, but the swing-back lock on the inside of the door was not engaged. No signs of forced entry. Room was empty when we entered. Hotel room entry, 10:38. Hotel room of Danny Love and Brooke Rockwell. Standard room with a bed, chair, desk area, mounted TV, minibar, etc. Several empty wine bottles. Balcony from the inside, 10:42. Photo of cheating fiance. What? Photo of cheating fiance left on the table next to the railing. Dang, that's kind of sad. Height of railing is 40 inches high. No possibility of accident. Okay, we're not saying she fell. We're saying someone pushed her. Balcony looking down, 10:43. Ain't nobody's moved her body yet. She's been there for over an hour. View from the balcony. Immediate death upon impact appears likely from this view. Victim could have easily assessed the risk even if intoxicated. Hotel room bed, 10:46. No one had been in the room since victim jumped. The victim's friend confirmed nothing in the room changed since they left. No signs of a struggle. CSI team. CSI team searched for signs of a struggle or forced entry. No signs of either found. Nothing suspicious uncovered. Investigating checked the supposed for signs of hiding assailant. Never found. Messy counter consistent with the woman's stories of getting ready for the evening. No hard substance found. Empty wine bottles on the counter. Arrangement of personal defense and practical necessities. Contains the only key card injured. Okay, so she has a key card to the room. Wow. Okay. So basically, I don't know.
I just really find it weird that if he didn't answer her call, she didn't try to go look for him. She immediately just jumped. She still had a ring on.
And like, who is so mean to put congrats on your upcoming wedding on the top of this? The cheating photo of them.
I'm actually very suspicious of both the bridesmaids right now.
Yeah.
But then if it was either of them, she would have been able to tell.
How is it not a suicide if she was the only one in the room, the only one with a key? She had the key. Someone would have had to already been in there and left.
The hotel manager could always care about.
My suspicions are both the bridesmaids.
Why wouldn't he talk to the newspaper?
Ooh, yeah. And he should have a statement too.
Where's his statement?
You need to make some phone calls. This says, Padres Photo Lab. I'll never believe Danny killed herself, but I still think you're a cheater. I hope you find the truth for her. Customer name, Brooke Rockwell. It's just interesting. Like,
I just don't think she would have killed herself. I think she would have gotten more angry than she would have suicidal.
so these are digital cameras from Brooke, I guess.
This is from April 3rd, 2021, is his
Okay.
flying with Danny.
Police arriving.
It was a quick flight from San Diego to Vegas. Danny loved flying. She was so excited for the weekend and the wedding and our future together. Danny with her suitcase. That's my girl. I took this when we arrived at the hotel. Told her she was the most beautiful thing in Las Vegas and she let loose that smile of hers. Danny by lobby sign. This sign in the lobby seemed like a nice touch from the hotel at the time. Looking back, it feels so dumb telling everyone in the room that what room my fiance was in. So everybody knew what room she was in. Because it does say it. It does say the names and the rooms.
Interesting. Okay.
I wish I knew who slipped that note in the door. Could have been anyone, I guess. She could have let anybody in. They don't need a key if she's still there and she lets them in.
That's true. She could have just opened the door.
Danny waving goodbye. This was the last time I saw Danny alive. It hurt so much to look at, but I'm so grateful I have this photo. It has made it easier to hold on to her love for me when everyone blamed me for her death. Guys at the pool. The guys and I started the weekend with drinks at the pool. I didn't see that girl at all before she snuck up behind me, but I'm pretty much stopped noticing other women as soon as I met Danny. This says after the kiss. One of the guys caught this pic of me a few minutes after the kiss. It was obvious I felt awful and wouldn't have cheated on Danny. Someone set me up. That's what they all say.
Why are you so happy then?
Running in the hallway.
Why is he so happy and giddy in this photo?
He would have felt guilty enough to go talk to her. The guys kept buying drinks and pretty soon I forgot about the incident at the pool. We were messing around in the hallway just outside my room in this pic. I should have just told Danny what happened right away. The phone call. Worst moment of my life. We all thought the front desk was calling about a noise complaint. Instead, they told me Danny was dead.
Okay. Here's all of Brooke's photos. Plain selfie. Here I was thinking I was about to have one of the best weekends of my life. Thanks again, Rick. Danny and Rick in the lobby. Before you cheated, I thought this was the cutest photo. She was so happy with you, Rick. I don't think I'll ever understand how you could cheat on her. With Danny at the spa. We were having such a good time at this point. Danny was always glowing no matter what. You can see it. Danny hugging Heather. Ooh! Heather's got a suspicious face. She looks
That's
mean.
suspicious.
Heather met up with us a few minutes after we settled in the spa. I got this pic of the two when she arrived. It had been several years since they'd seen each other, I think. We had some wine while getting ready to go out for the night. Danny had a few glasses, but she wasn't totally wasted or anything like that. Things were great until the photo slid under the door. Brooke. Note at door. I didn't know what was on the paper at first. I took a picture thinking it was a cute note from the hotel. It wasn't. Heather picked it up, saw you cheating, and handed it to Danny. Danny reads note. I took this pic of Danny before I knew it was on the paper. I thought it was going to be a cute moment. I hate that I caught this on camera, but at least you can see what you did to her. This redheaded girl got what was coming to her. Heather shoved her in the water after she acted like nothing happened. Not my style, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy she did it. Heather grabbed my phone to take this pic. This is right before we heard the housekeeper scream. So between the time that Danny reads the note and they go downstairs, something happens.
So it couldn't have
So
been
they both
either of
have
the
an
girls.
alibi.
They were
together. Police arriving. After Danny died, the manager took Heather and me inside the lobby and got us water while we waited for the police. It felt like time stopped. Then the first responders arrived and everything was crazy. The rest is just a blur. Wait. No known enemies. That's not
for
true.
recent confrontations.
The enemy would be the girl that he cheated on her with.
Okay.
So wait, something needs to correlate. Wait.
How can I live without him? Is that what Brooke said happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's because the enemies thing, like no known enemies or recent confrontations, because obviously she did get the picture of whatever.
Intrusion, no sign anyone entered or exited the room. How do we know that for sure?
How would you know that?
If she let somebody in.
Right, or like the girls left.
It said in something that the hotel manager said that the rooms
were empty.
empty.
We figured it out. Did we sit here guessing every? No.
Never.
No.
That would be
so
crazy.
what was suspicious to us? What really pointed out? Actually, Agent Juicy J here. So they said no one was in the room. There was no there was like no way of that. But if you look really closely,
There's another door in there.
there's another door and there's a balloon string in there, and there's balloons in her room. So someone could get in there. You best believe it. So boom,
So now,
we have opened the case.
back up.
We may now open
Bonus
envelope A.
Hey, from Dr. Rick Hade. Detective, you're incredible. Thank you for catching the one detail everyone missed. The balloon string stuck in the adjoining room door was definitely suspicious because it proved someone else could have gotten in. I was inspired by your brilliance and didn't want our investigation to dry up, so I flew back to Vegas and did a little snooping. I stayed at the Vegas Palms Oasis, which was difficult to work with. I found the manager on duty that night, Harrison Cabell, and asked for his help. He pulled the records from that night, and we found a huge clue. The room adjoining Danny's was empty that night. Harrison says there's only one master room key, and it's only accessible to on-duty staff members. The killer must have been a hotel employee. He got a little hesitant after that, but I reminded him that he was now a suspect. That's when he slipped me the contact info of the other 4 employees that were clocked in when Danny died. I tracked them all down and got their stories from that night. It didn't feel like much, so I scoured their social media accounts for posts they made at the time. I couldn't find anything though. The stories are solid, but I'm counting on you to spot some sort of lie or slip up in the true culprit story. Could you please go through this info and help me catch one of them in a lie? Eagerly waiting, Rick Hade.
So you have Harrison Cavill. That's the manager. He posted April 3rd, 2021 at 11:18 p.m. So what was that? 2 hours after her death? A little bit less? Looking to hire an experienced housekeeper for our luxury hotel. One of our employees left abruptly this evening. We are in need of a housekeeper who is willing to start their first shift tomorrow night. Please comment and tag any recommendations you may have. Criminal background check will be required. Okay.
How could I forget something so tragic? I'm so sorry for your loss. Quotes. Said Danny's friend asked him who slipped a paper under the door. They were frustrated and visibly upset.
Bless you. Bless you.
Goodness. I tried to check the security footage, but our cameras had gone out, so there was no footage review. It could have been anyone, he had said. One of them dragged the other away, and it wasn't long after that when your fiancé died. He also said, I got the feeling he was comfortable with the whole conversation, but it did help me so uncomfortable with the whole conversation, but he did help me so not sure what to think. From Rick.
Margot. She is the bartender. Her name is literally Margarita Spritz. Okay.
So funny.
April 4th, 2021, 2:27 a.m., so hours after. I thought I was having a hard night because my coworkers bailed on their shifts last minute and left me to run a busy bar with no breaks. But you guys, some poor girl died at our hotel while I was working the bar. Honestly, I have a lot to be thankful for. At least I got all the tips tonight.
Why would you post this?
Margot,
Okay.
like why? Like what?
Still bartends at the Vegas Palms Oasis. Quote, oh, that night? Yeah, I remember that night. I was stuck at the bar all by myself because Ty and Chad called out sick last minute, end quote. Quote, I had to stay after my scheduled shift just to catch up on all the bar back stuff I couldn't keep up with during the day, end quote. Quote, Tony came up at some point asking for a shot of whiskey to get through the rest of the night. I thought he was being dramatic until I heard about the girl, end quote. I asked if she remembered anything else, but she laughed and told me her memory only lasts long enough to mix the right drink. From Mark.
Victor Moore posted April 3rd at 9:24.
Who is the bellhop?
You guys won't believe who I met at the gas station just now on break. Adeline. Yeah, that one. I didn't want to be one of those people, so I didn't talk to her or ask for a photo. Just snuck this pic for proof that I saw her. Okay.
Who?
Some famous person, I
Oh.
guess. But at 9:24, so he's technically has an alibi, I guess.
Doesn't work at the Vegas Palms Oasis anymore, but I tracked him down at the address they had on file for him. Quote, yeah, I remember that night, but I wasn't even at the hotel when it happened. I was on break and went to the gas station across the street. I'd never forget that, end quote. Quote, as soon as I got back, the whole place was crazy. Cops, women crying, and my boss scrambling to fix everything. Someone fell into the fountain, end quote. Says he stayed after his shift to help Harrison and Tony manage things. Quote, it was a long night, man, and all I wanted to do was get back home to my lady, end quote. Quote, she was worried sick because of how long it took me to get home that night. I think she even heard about the suicide on the 11 o'clock news, end quote.
Angela Mendoza, housekeeper. April 3rd at 10:05 p.m. I quit my job. A girl died and I saw her on the ground, never coming back here again. The cops just showed up. I left my resignation letter effective immediately on the desk and walked out. This is crazy. Sorry, not sorry, Harrison. Hashtag I quit. Hashtag work day of work ever. Hashtag disturbed. Hashtag sad.
Okay. Says no longer works in the hotel. In fact, she quit the very night Danny died. The hotel didn't have any current information on her, so I had to dig up online. She works as a travel agent now, so I paid her a visit at her office to ask if she remembered that night. Quote, are you kidding me? I remember that night for the rest of my life. I was taking a cart of garbage to the dumpster when it happened, end quote. Quote, I turned right as she hit the ground and screamed. It was awful. No way I could have screamed. No way I could have come back to work after that, end quote. The cop showed up. I dropped my resignation off, let her on the desk and left. It was the best decision I could have made, end quote. Asked if she saw anyone on the balcony with Danny, but she said she only saw her on the ground.
And last but not least, you have Tony Trudel, maintenance. He looked up a video
Tony.
called How to Clean Up Bloodstains Fast on YouTube. And he commented saying, "Thanks for the tips, Miss Maniac. You helped me out a major bind. I disinfected with bleach to kill all the DNA. It smells bad, but I couldn't leave behind any trace of what happened at work last night." He commented that on April 4th. So, but the thing with him is like, he's maintenance, so he had to clean it up. But wouldn't, like, isn't there people for that?
Yeah, like the housekeeper. Still works at the hotel and seemed eerily happy to share what he remembered. Told me that all nights are basically the same when you work maintenance, but not that one. Quote, Angela was hysterical and things were pretty crazy. I stood guard by the body until the police arrived, end quote. Quote, and then I wound up having to clean the blood up off the concrete when I came in the next day, end quote. Wish me luck finding whatever I was looking for, quote, closure and support, and I hope you find it, end quote.
Technically, wouldn't they need to be clocked in to have done it? Because it wouldn't have been as suspicious if they had, like, if they were around?
Not necessarily.
Well, because I'm thinking, like, Victor is the one who went to the gas station at that time. He clocked out, it says, at 9:17, clocked in at 9:34. He said, I remember that night, but I wasn't at the hotel when it happened. I was on a break and went to the gas station across the street. So he's technically, I think, telling the truth. Angela Mendoza, no longer works in the hotel. In fact, she quit the very night Danny died. The hotel doesn't have any current information. It says she quit her job. She clocked out for the night at 9:51. So she didn't clock out for a break at all.
She said she saw it happen and she left.
Right.
Which he actually backed up.
Tony Trudel clocked out at 9:10, clocked in at 9:28, and she died at 9:29.
Okay,
And
so
it looks like he stayed late, I guess, maybe to clean up or something.
okay. What time did Harrison leave? Clock back in?
9:20 is when he left. 9:28 is when he came back.
Why did he clock out for that? That's only an 8-minute break.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he's the fiance of that girl. That would be funny. So it's his post and then the newspaper, because Adeline says he met her at 9:24, but she's starring in a musical somewhere else. What day? 3. Wait, no, 4, 3. She's in Canada.
Those are right.
She's in.
So she's. Victor
Guys,
lied
we're
about seeing
in
Adeline at
this.
the gas station.
We're
So
in this.
He lied.
You may now open bonus envelope 3. Yeah! Guys! We
Okay.
figured that out all by ourselves. Victor, how dare you? We're about to find out. We're about to talk to you, Victor. We're calling you up. Woo! You did it, detective! Woo! Adeline was on tour in Toronto the night that Danny died, so there's no way Victor saw her at the gas station in Las Vegas. His social post was a fake alibi. That sorry sucker. Ooh, we're so close to solving this, but it still doesn't add up. There's no motive. The police will never believe Victor set up this elaborate murder with no connection to Danny. I got a weird vibe from Victor the day Danny died. Like I'd run into him before or something, but I couldn't place it. He's from Las Vegas, and Danny's only been there once while on vacation with me 2 years before her death. We must have crossed paths, and I don't remember. I went through my photos from our first Vegas trip in 2019. I also printed all of Victor's social media posts from the same weekend, hoping to find some connection, but I'm coming up blank. It feels like a long shot, but if you can find a connection between Victor and Danny, I'm positive we can get the police to arrest him and find out what really happened. If anyone can solve this, it's you. I've done all I can. Will you please help? We're so close.
Vegas sign. Danny was so excited to take this photo by the Vegas sign. She looked so beautiful here, just like she always did. Adeline concert, 4/13/2019, 9:59 p.m. I proposed to Danny at this concert right after Adeline sang her favorite song, Goodbye. I didn't plan it, but they showed up on the big screen when I got down on one knee. She nodded yes, jumped in my arms, and the entire stadium erupted. So Elvis, 4/13/2019, 9:42 a.m. Danny loved meeting an Elvis impersonator. She thought it was so fun and charming. I thought he was hitting on her a little bit, but he kept it professional. I love seeing her happy. Then at a wedding chapel at 4/14/2019, 12:52.
This is 9:48.
Okay. I asked Danny if she'd rather just tie the knot there in Vegas. She really thought about it, but really wanted all her friends and family to be there. We settled on coming back for our bachelor and bachelorette parties. The hockey game, 4/14/2019.
What time?
8:13 p.m.
Okay. This is it.
Danny wasn't huge on sports, but she loved going to live events with me. She said she loved the atmosphere, but I think she just liked the concession snacks. She used to share everything with me except for nachos with jalapenos.
Okay. Here's all of his posts.
The 12th at 5:13, checked in a guy with 12 bags for a 2-day stay. Bro, moving in. April 13th, 9:38. I wish people would stop moving here just so they can dress up and pretend to be Elvis. We already have too many kings in this town. Hashtag Las Vegas losers. Hashtag typical. Hashtag wannabe. April 13th, 10:43. The old tourist kept making these showgirls. Let him take a bunch of photos of them. Go back to your state, loser. Nobody wants to pose for you. Hashtag Las Vegas losers. Hashtag showgirls. Hashtag Las Vegas life. Okay, not all tourists suck. Some are really great and should move here immediately. Hashtag wow. Hashtag Las Vegas winner. Hashtag roll the dice.
He has a girlfriend, by the way, as he's saying that. And it's a picture of another girl.
Ooh, that was April 13th, 10:27 p.m. Imagine wearing cargo shorts in public and thinking it's okay. Do better. April 13th, 11:28 p.m. Saw this guy right outside my place this morning. I actually graduated with him 4 years ago. Dude was always betting on college games, but never won. This town will eat you up, man. Hashtag class 2015, hashtag Las Vegas losers.
So then it jumps to 7:48 a.m., April 14th. People waste money on weddings. Not me. My lady knows I'm never marrying, and she's ride or die for that. Hashtag no government in my love. Hashtag never getting married. Hashtag still in love. Then at 8:41 a.m., this guy tried to tell me he was a magician. Bro forgot his own card deck trick and dropped half the deck. Don't fall for the street performers. Hashtag Las Vegas losers. Hashtag scum. Oh my gosh. Hashtag scam. Hashtag dumb. 9:17. Guy at the fountain just proposed with a ring pop. She said yes. Love is dead. 10:03. I hate my hometown being a tourist town. Losers like this come in here making a huge scene like anyone cares what they're saying or doing. Hashtag get over yourself. Hashtag Las Vegas losers. A tourist just asked me if they could see the ocean from here. I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. 7:32 p.m. Haters gonna hate, but I bet big against the Golden Knights tonight. Even got my lady to pool everything we had because the payout was gonna be sweet. Okay. So I think what correlates is the Elvis stuff.
I think so too.
Because that was only, what, 4 minutes apart? The hockey thing almost did, but they're actually at the game watching it, and he's watching it on his TV.
Yeah.
Because he's not cool enough to go see it in person. We've solved it, don't you worry. So we can now open we can now open bonus envelope number C. And we're gonna
C.
Thank you so much, Detective. I am incredibly grateful for your help. Thanks to your sharp eyes and even sharper mind, we can uncovered Victor's connection to Heather.
Heather, we knew that.
We were saying that. We were saying that.
We were literally talking about that.
Leading to their arrest and confession of the murder they plotted and committed together. Nothing to replace Danny, but it means so much to me that Danny is receiving the justice she deserves. I will sleep better tonight just knowing that. I'm sure her parents will also be talking to me again. That's good. The road ahead for all of us will be long and challenging, but things make more sense now at least, and it's all because of you. Your dedication and commitment have made a profound difference. From that, I am forever grateful.
Heather, that's awesome. Heather.
Oh, we got it, Dammy!
Oh,
we got it! Okay. Yes, I did it. Victor may have been the one to throw her over, but the plan was all mine, and it would have worked perfectly if Victor hadn't left that string in the door like a complete idiot. Danny deserved to die. She really did. She was nothing in high school, a total nobody. I was voted homecoming queen the same night she got dumped by crusty Craig Crumpwell. The only reason I kept her around was because her older brother was hot. Oh my gosh. But then she stole the nursing school scholarship we both wanted. She left me behind and built this perfect little life for herself in San Diego. Well, I had to move to Las Vegas. Vegas with my dad and scrape by waitressing. I couldn't escape her. Social media shoved her perfect life in my face. The designer outfits, the dream job, the doctor fiance with perfect hair. She had everything I wanted. My boyfriend carried bags for a living and spent more time complaining on social media than doing anything real. Gosh. Then she slid into my DMs, not to reconnect, but to ask for hotel recommendations for her bachelorette party. She even had the audacity to invite me. That was the final straw. I decided I'd had enough of Danny's perfect life. I planned every detail. Victor arranged for a room at his hotel with its adjoining door and ensured the cameras were taken offline. He captured a photo of Rick kissing me while I wore that awful wig. Then printed it along with the note. Later, he snuck up to our floor, left the note under the door, and hid it in the adjoining room, waiting for me to signal when it was safe. I made sure everything was set. On the way out, I unlocked the deadbolt on the adjoining door so Victor could sneak into the room after I got Brooke out of there. As for that woman on the fountain, I came up with that distraction on the spot to buy an extra time. Oh my gosh. I made sure I read that one. Watching Danny's heartbreak unfold was satisfying, but the best part, knowing it was my plan that brought her perfect little world crashing down. I don't regret a thing. I wasn't going to spend the rest of my life watching her parade around her perfect life on social media while I was stuck with nothing. So go ahead, look me up. She'll never outshine me again.
Wow. What can we say?
What can we say? Like, we are the FBI agents. We solved this case. Agent Juicy, we solved this case.
You're right, Dr.
We knew from the beginning. What the heck? We knew from the beginning it was her.
I always had our suspicions.
We knew from the beginning. Now, did I think it was him? No, because he's too hot. Look at him.
I knew he had something to do with that, but
He looks like John Logan. Thank you for helping us solve this case. We did it all by ourselves. Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you. We'll see you next time. Agent Tootie, not right now. Agent Tootie. Unlocking the door. Suspicious.